This is AWAGBT, their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
Welcome to AWAGBT, their podcast. I am back with another recap. I am going to recap you guys from yesterday to today. We have an episode that should be airing in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to get you guys in and out before the episode. So of course, over the weekend, we get a break. I absolutely hate that we get such a break because then it comes Monday and we have 6 hours of content. So I'm trying to watch these 6 hours of content. I had a busy day yesterday, so I'm going to try to recap this for you guys as quickly as possible so you can be caught up. But here we go. So basically, yesterday's daily opens up and Spicy tells Tola his name is still being ran around the house. This is not news. She's saying like this is before people got picked for the veto. So she's like, just so you know, like if you hear around the house that people are saying that you're gonna be the replacement, I'm just saying that to appease them or whatever. So just go with them. Let me see. Spicy asked Tola who he would put up if he had won HOH. He basically says he doesn't give any names. But he says, well, I know you've been saying that people have been saying my name, and I know you said there were numerous people. So honestly, I know they in a daily prior to last week, she said like once her week is over or once noms are said, she did want to sit down and have a conversation with him about the people saying his name. So he says, once I get those people's names, of course, those are the ones that I'm shooting for. Like if you're saying my name, you're going on the block. She does say, just to give him a heads up, Byyyeee is definitely one of the ones trying to get you on the block like the hardest. She is saying your name quite a bit. And honestly, her and Donna are a pair. So, if Byyyeee is saying his name, then Donna is too as well. She says that Avery told her, this is Spicy and Tola talking. She says that Avery said that Bailey said that Tola has been saying Avery's name, which is weird because they're working together. So I think she basically threw that little conversation in there because we all know at this point, Spicy, it feels like her next targets, even though she says she's working with them, even though Bailey and Spicy and Avery have a final 3, we do know you can tell she's trying to put the target on to Bailey for, the next target going into next week. So she does throw that in there. Spicy basically keeps reassuring in this conversation to Tola, like, hey, you're not going up. I don't care what anybody says. I might be telling these people like, yeah, Tola's most likely going to go up, but just know that you are not going to be my replacement nom. So players for veto, which is that veto episode should air tonight, is Avery, Dennis, Goose, Vivek, and Lexus. I have no idea what the veto comp was. They didn't really chat much about it. And if they did, I must have fast forwarded over it, skipped over it. Because again, we had 6 hours of content I was trying to get to. But we do know Dennis does win veto. And which is funny to me, because the amount of times like they were having this conversation, it's like, I think he manifests this because he was like, okay, so, if I win veto, him and Vivek are talking, if you win veto, I hope you take me down. Da, da, da. And it's weird how the editing is going in these digital dailies, which we should be getting unedited ones. And when I say edited, I mean they're chopping it. It does seem like, okay, we're going to play this part and then we're going to come back to this part. We all know the digital dailies are a mess. But we do know that Dennis does end up winning the veto. And now it gets set in motion that things are about to get messy. So Vivek does tell Spicy like there's a chance that I think Vivek is gonna actually use the veto on me. So what does Spicy do? She tries to find a way where she can get the she does try to find a way to get I just lost my train of thought. She does find a way to try to get Vivek not Vivek. She does try to find a way to take credit for Vivek coming off the block. So she goes and she has a conversation with Vivek saying there's like a 95% chance you're coming off the block, even though Vivek already had this conversation with Dennis that he was going to use the veto. But she does say like, hey, I definitely want us to work together going forward. I'm so sorry that we had these, that you ended up coming on the block. Everybody was just kind of coming at me left and right saying that you should go on the block. But I really hope, I want to work with you going forward. Let me see. Dougie tells Spicy he went to Dennis and said, which is Vivek's number one. We now know they work pretty closely together. He went to her and said, like, Vivek is a coward. He's been saying his name, blah, 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 blah. Basically talking down on him or whatever in the game. And Dougie basically told Dennis that for the reasoning of hopefully Vivek will come back to Anthony and say, hey, I heard you so-and-so, so-and-so. He said, but you didn't. He's telling this to Vivek's face at this point. He tells him the same thing. He tells Spicy, but he's telling him to his face. He's like, I'm hoping that you would come to me because, like, yeah, you've been playing the game like a coward, but hey, it's the first half of the game, so we can always start over. Which then we know that Dougie is trying to repair the relationship with it's crazy he's trying to repair him. We call him a coward. But anyways, he's trying to repair this relationship because now the plan is in motion for a backdoor for Donna. So him and Vivek, they chat and it seems like they're okay on the mends. He's like, hey, it's just the beginning half of this game. We can always work together going forward. So like we'll just do a nice reset and then we'll go from there. Let me see. Avery, Spicy, and Byyyeee are chatting in the HOH room. Byyyeee is telling the girls that Matt is a very good social player. He has a really good handle on the game, it seems. He has the relationship with Lexus, which, ties him into being okay with the girls. He's one to watch. So basically it's seeming like they think that Matt is going to be the replacement which they're basically they don't really care. Avery and Spicy of course know that Donna is going to be the replacement but Bailey is there and they don't want to tell her because obviously she's going to tip off Donna. But Bailey doubles down and says, you know what? It doesn't even matter who goes on the block. I just know, glad that it's going to be a guy. Anyone in them can go. Cut to Bailey and Donna now chatting in the bedroom. Donna is just saying like, they are hyping each other up. Oh my God, we are such genius, Donna. I'm such a genius. Oh my gosh, this plan worked out. It's like great. So earlier, Donna tried to orchestrate a backdoor of Dougie. I don't know why you did that, but anyways, she tried to orchestrate a backdoor with Donna. But you know what? I give Donna props because everybody's been, following Dougie and Spicy around. So I'm gonna give props where props are due. At least she tried to take a shot. I failed, but at least she tried. So I definitely give her props for doing that. But so she initially went and set out for a backdoor for Dougie, but she's like, yeah, chatty Cathy. Donna being a chatty Cathy. Hey Ty. Basically sets into motion and she's like, we're like geniuses. Like, this is what we're gonna do. We are just gonna convince Spicy not to take out Dougie now so we can do it later. So we can have that on a resume. Imagine we get to the final two and we're like, yeah, we were gonna orchestrate this backdoor, but you know what? We wanted to get get the blood on our hands and da 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 da. They hyping each other up, whatever. Then we finally get the fast forward. They were really messy for this because they got them hyping each other up, and then it cuts to the end of the nomination ceremony. So Dennis does use the veto on Vivek, and Donna goes up. Cut to Spicy V doing what Spicy V does. She is on the couch trying to get Oscar. She is boohooing, crying like she didn't know this was gonna happen. Like, girl, you the HOH. Totally gets her a glass of water. Like, it is just theatrics. Donna walks automatically upstairs. She's just like, I don't want to talk. Spicy Donna, can we talk? I'm so sorry. I just like, you would have thought her dog got ran over in the street the way she was crying. Like, you did this. Why are you bawling? But Donna's just like, whatever. I don't even want to talk about it. Whatever. So Donna goes into the little pink room. She's kind of talking to stuff, and she's like, oh my God, like, she's definitely shocked. Byyyeee is looking like downstairs, like, what happened here? Because at this point, for the most part, they are very shocked. There are a small handful of people that knew that Donna was going up, which is basically Hot Chocolate knew. Matt knew, I think. Tola didn't know that Donna was going up, if I remember correctly, but I think he knew that something was, gonna pop off. So she doesn't want to have this conversation. She's upset. She's kind of talking to herself like, this is crazy. I'm not gonna let these people see me get down. Da, 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 da. Anthony is now in the HOH room with Spicy, and he is hyped. Anthony's like, let's go. And then Spicy's like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I didn't want to put a girl on. And Anthony's hyping her up. She was trying to go after the whole inline. She was trying to come after me. She's going to come after you, to Avery, all of us. She was going to try to send us home. This was a good move. This was a good move for all of us. This wasn't just a good move for you. You took one for the team. And Anthony's hyping it up because Donna was trying to backdoor or wanted Spicy to backdoor Dougie. So I know Anthony is feeling like this is his HOH 2 weeks in a row or whatever. Spicy goes to the camera. She's like, Canada, I'm so sorry. Like, please forgive me. I know I did not want to put another girl. I didn't want to do what Bev did to me. Da, 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 da. She's like, I'm so sorry that I put another girl on the block, but I promise you there will be 2 women in those final 2 chairs. And I'm just like, huh? Okay, anyways. Mark my words, I do not think there are going to be 2 women. The way these women are working together in this house, if there are 2 women on this, excuse me, if there are 2 women on the block and final 2 chairs, I will be flabbergasted because at the rate they're going, I don't see it happening. So now we are into today's daily. Which I didn't mention, they are giving us timestamps, and I think because people are talking about how messy the dailies are, and so it's kind of like throwing us off a little bit or whatever. But I'm gonna be real. These timestamps do nothing for me. Like, now, if you put the timestamps and have it running at the end, so we know how much is missing, that would help. But March 17th at 2 p.m. does nothing for me. And then you give me an update like, oh, this is March 16th, whatever. But anyways, we are now at the dailies for today. It opens up with Byyyeee crying to Donna. She's upset. I gotta be very honest. Byyyeee is, I know she's shocked and she feels like because she's out of the loop and that she didn't know what was going on. But when I tell you Byyyeee, you would have thought Byyyeee was on the block as much as she was crying and bawling today. But she opens up to Byyyeee is crying and bawling. She's upset. I just feel so alone. And I was like, bro, your girl is on the block. Like, this is not the time to be talking about you. Like, of course, talk about how you feeling. But like, can you console your friend? She does, but Byyyeee does lay it on thick that she's feeling, upset that, she's not in the mix, basically. Byyyeee said that she was feeling left out, and the girls, she's in the HOH room and she's talking to Avery and Spicy. She says that she's upset because she felt left out of the conversation, out of the loop. The girls basically are doubling down, like, I'm so sorry. Like, Donna was just saying so many other things, and obviously you're close to her, so we didn't want to tip her off. But just know that Avery, Byyyeee, and Spicy, they were saying, Spicy and Avery were telling Byyyeee, like, just know our final 3 is still intact. Like, we are good. Now Donna is a different story. Obviously she's been running her mouth. as Dougie called her, a chatty Cathy. I'm about to change her name to Chatty Cathy on my list or whatever. But they were basically saying like, we're good. I'm sorry. Like, we still trust you. The Byyyeee, I don't know what Byyyeee is. Her mind is jumbled because she just like, I know, but I mean, just because she's on the block doesn't mean she has to go home. And they're like, yeah, right. Yeah. Like, come on, Byyyeee, girl. You have got to be serious. And she has said this multiple times in today's daily. Like, just because she's on the block, we still would have the votes to keep her. She's just, I just don't understand why we didn't have a conversation before. Blah, 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 blah. Girl, your girl Donna is going home. Everybody loves Goose. Donna, you in trouble, girl. Byyyeee does double down and say, well, she has said quite a few times, like, she does need reassurance going forward. She needs the constant, like, hey, we're good. Hey, we're good. Which in the game of Big Brother, I would be like, Byyyeee, we're not about to do this every week. Either we working together or we not. Like, we can't be having meetings every single day. We can't be going into rooms and chatting. Hey, exactly. Too constant. Like, we can't be doing this. Which I think is, well, not I think I know is, putting her in an awkward situation now. Because what did she do? I guess Donna was giving her the reassurance, so she's stuck in the room with her all day, which now is the reason why you didn't get told about Donna being backdoored. Because, well, let me not say backdoor because she didn't play veto, but being put up as the replacement nom because you were glued to her hip, basically. Let's see. They're basically crying, apologizing to each other left and right. Byyyeee feels left out. We know that. Let's see. Byyyeee somehow thinks the girls still work together. It's given delusional at this point. It's delusional. Girl, I don't know. I know she doesn't have the digital daily recap that we do, but girl, come on. Let's see. Dennis goes to Donna. They're back in the bedrooms now. Dennis is talking to Donna, and he basically tells her, like, hey, I know you're upset that you're on the block, but I just need you to know, like, we're not going to alienate you. We're not going to, not talk to you just because you're on the block. Just know we're still good. We're still friends. We're still good. And, she's like, oh, thanks. Goose is like, there as well. And they're comforting her or whatever. Then we go to Vivek and Dennis. They're talking in the pantry and they are just extremely shocked that Donna went up. Like, they didn't see that coming out of nowhere. And noted, Dennis did say that Donna was one of his close, not allies, but you can assume close ally. So he definitely didn't know that Donna was going up. He did assume that another guy was going up as well. But him and Vivek are chatting in the pantry and he's saying, like, I am shocked. Like, I did not know that this was going up. And it does not make sense that a woman is going up on Spicy's HOH. Like, it's blowing my mind. And Vivek, shout out to Vivek for some insight, okay? I was like, look at you getting your head in the game. He's like, well, you know what? That is really showing how tight Dougie and Spicy are. And then Dennis is like, what do you mean? He's like, well, Dougie came to Vivek and told him that Donna, he said he thinks too much, you need to stop. I love Ty. He said that Spicy was, Dougie told Vivek that Donna was trying to backdoor him. So then Donna becomes the replacement nom. Vivek is putting two and two together, like Donna was no way informed coming directly for Spicy that we know of. And the fact that you put Donna on the block for Dougie, because of course it's sounding like this is the reason why she's going home, because of her trying to backdoor Dougie. So if Vivek is the one to take out Dougie, that'll be so interesting. I don't want Dougie to go just yet. But on the cool, like, Vivek can stay around too, because if he's starting to get hip in the game, I would like to see, I don't know if he has the capability to gather people together. But we shall see. Honestly, with Veto King, because Dennis is racking up these vetoes. If Dennis gets the next HOH and him and Vivek are working together, I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I really feel like Dennis would make a move. We're not gonna speak that. It's like, okay, we ain't gonna say that time. We ain't gonna say that. Later on down the line. Later on down the line. Let me see. Oh, this is where it gets interesting. Dougie and Byyyeee are chatting and having these conversations, and I am cracking up. So basically in this conversation, Dougie is upset. I'm gonna basically summarize it. So Dougie is saying that like earlier in the week, like 2 days ago, well now 3 days ago, whenever it was, he basically said like there was a time where he went into the bathroom and he was like, "Hey, do you trust me?" And she says that she's like, "I feel like you were setting me up, in that time you were lying, trying to manipulate me." But he's like, "I knew that the energy was off and that you didn't trust me anymore. So like I know like things are like rocky with us or whatever." And Byyyeee is basically saying, "Well, people are coming to me saying different things about you, that you're saying my name." And honestly, they kind of both get the same thing. Byyee's been saying your name. Oh, Dougie's been saying your name. Donna was saying like the energy was just off. She said she had a knot in her stomach about the trust between her and Dougie. You say Donna's in her ear saying like Dougie is coming after her and Donna or whatever. And she's upset. She's like, "I just don't know." And once again, this is where it comes into play, where Byyyeee says she needs to be constantly reassured. I'm sorry, Byyyeee. Nobody is about to babysit you in this game, girl. Like, you gonna have to like pull your big girl britches up and play Big Brother. Okay. Dougie gets condescending in this conversation. I ain't gonna even lie to you, because the way Dougie was talking about, you can tell though. And I'm with him on this. He was very condescending in this conversation, but you can tell he was peeved. And it was more so what it seems to me what Dougie really wanted Byyyeee to say is, Donna was trying to backdoor you and I was rocking with her with it. Yeah, she was irritating, honestly. I was just like, girl. And I think it really just came down to like, girl, I'm not about to babysit you. In so many words, Dougie was basically like, look, girl, like you gonna have to grow up. We're playing Big Brother. Yeah. Ty is gonna hype up Dougie any way that she can. But he you can tell he was really upset. Basically, he telling Byyyeee like, "Hey, quit playing in my face. I know you was coming after me. I know." And it's not even if she was on board with it, she knew and didn't tell Byyyeee. And if we're supposed to be working together, why didn't you tell me? And then so she was saying like, "Well, if we had that conversation, da da da." And then Dougie's like, "Well, we'll do this." Da, da, da. And she's like, "That's not how it works." And then Dougie does his, "Are you serious? I played Big Brother. I got to the final two." Da 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 da. And so it does get a little condescending, but it's entertaining. It's Big Brother. It's Big Brother. He goes on to say, like, I don't know, like other people have been saying your name. I don't even know how you had these conversations with other people, because they've been saying your name. You trust to believe them. And then you over here talking to Chatty Cathy. Chatty Cathy is the word of the day, because oh, they're 100% going to show this on this clip, which I'm going to wrap this up because this episode is about to start in a couple minutes. But oh my God, he was calling her a Chatty Cathy. Chatty Cathy. Do you know what Chatty Cathys do when they run their mouth? They end up on the block. I was like, oh my God. Dougie was feeling himself right here. Now, if I'm Byyyeee, if there is even a doubt that Byyyeee and Spicy are working together, tightly knit, close, this right here, this conversation right here would have did it for me, because you really over here acting like you the HOH and like you just heard that Donna was talking about you and you put her on the block. But he says, like, I knew all week. He said, excuse me. He said, I knew like the energy was off between us. Like I would come into the room. He's like, I don't need to, listen at doors and try to like hear conversations. I walked into a room and I felt like the energy was off. So I knew that something was up. We don't see the end of this conversation, because why? Big Brother once again, my favorite sentence to say, Big Brother Canada hates us. They do. So I'm sure we're going to see the end of that conversation tonight. But we know these episodes are basically just a replay of the dailies, and those little 30 seconds that they cut off, we're going to get in tonight's episode. So after this conversation, which we don't know how it ended with Byyyeee. Yeah, they do hate us. We don't know how it ended with Byyyeee and Dougie. But Byyyeee goes and she kind of retells to Spicy, and they chit chat. Spicy's doing, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, Spicy's putting on the theatrics. Spicy does what Spicy does. And then that pretty much wraps the daily. Lexus and Donna had a conversation that was irrelevant. They both being fake to each other, honestly. Who cares, honestly? But going forward, Donna is definitely going home this week unless something changes. I highly doubt that Goose is gonna go home. He is loved by all. I love Goose personally. I am a fan of him. If Goose won, Goose is Elijah, if y'all don't know. If he won HOH, I feel like the house would just shake, because what is he gonna do? Honestly, like, I kind of have an idea of who all would put who up, or at least, you know, somewhat. If he won HOH tomorrow, I have absolutely no idea who he would put up. And honestly, for me, like, I went for HOH next week because let's see what he does. But also I like, you know, a wild card in the game. So that will be very interesting. But that pretty much wraps up the daily. Big Brother, don't give us 6 hours of dailies anymore. And if you do, give it to us at nighttime, because I be up in the middle of the night and I can watch those. Giving us 6 hour daily is crazy. Like, y'all not giving us dailies over the weekend. Just drop them on the weekend like you're doing. Like, okay, Friday, Saturday, drop that. It's just because they don't want to give us the information away of who won veto or who the replacement nom is. We're gonna see it anyways. We're still gonna watch the episode. Well, most of us. We're still gonna watch the episode because we want to see the comps. We're gonna see what you cut off from the dailies. So once again, I tell you, Big Brother Canada, stop hating us. But that pretty much wraps up our dailies. If you haven't already, please follow us on Twitter at AWAGBT. Like, turn on your notification bells. On YouTube, I'm going to try to once again give you these daily updates as much as I can. We are going to recap the whole week. We do those on Thursdays. And you guys can also come back and check us out for Survivor content as well. Please like and leave us 5 stars. I appreciate you guys for coming and sitting with me for this quick recap. And you guys have a lovely evening, a good night, and a good morning.